Good morning, cousin. I am really excited about kind of what's going on in general at the Resource Center and within the coven that we serve. And it's just, I had this moment and have been having this moment for the last few months where I am currently what is considered middle aged, right? So statistically, I've lived half of my life. And at this point, right now, I have everything I have ever dreamed of. I already have it. I've already done huge, massive things with my incarnation. And I am only middle aged. And not only that, but I'm also not alone. This life that I've built is being perpetuated and expanded by a coven of 9 witches all over the world. And again, we've already got everything I've ever wanted in my life. And so I've got this if I've already worked the biggest magic imaginable and called in everything I've ever wanted, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And the thing is that everything I've ever wanted has created this platform, this foundation to be unstoppable. Not only has it made it this platform that we've already got, this life that we've already created, has everything that we need in order to expand and be unstoppable and literally make it to where everyone I'm able to influence, or even we're able to influence, can also have everything that they've ever wanted. And so, as we're working toward the new moon, thinking about manifestation, what if you could have anything in your life, what do you want? And I'm sitting here like I've already got it. And I'm on a trajectory for that to become fractal. Like everything that we touch will do the same. And it's just, and also we're on track to expand exponentially. And all any of us have to do is actually live the life of our dreams. That's where I'm at right now. So when am I going to do that? What should we do with that, guys? Because this is collective. What do you want? What do we want, guys? Anyway. And I know that a lot of you are like, oh, what I want is to I live in a 200-year-old 7-bedroom farmhouse on an 80-acre homestead that is becoming the first of many resource and rehabilitation places all over the world. That's happening. Mind-boggling. So cool. You're coming to the ritual rave tomorrow? Very cool. Okay, so ritual rave is the virtual one that we do. But at Weird Brook, every new moon, we actually dance in person. We do a ritual in person, and the witches that are here or come to Weird Brook are able to participate in that ritual as well. And most of the rituals that I do some kind of theme for how to dress when you come, what garb to wear. It's a layer of the ritual. And for this new moon ritual, everyone is coming dressed as what their child self would have considered a hero. What does a hero look like? And come dressed like that. And it is the coolest, deeper mysteries work to do, because I'm struggling with it a little bit too, because I'm so fucking villain coded. Like everything about like my everything is very villain coded. So to be a villain, that's I got that. But a hero is a fun little like brain tickle. So that's happening too. In fact, today, Morgana and I are heading to town to the thrift stores to find our like garb, what we're going to wear. So that's fun. That's also happening today, which I'm very excited about. Okay. Yeah. Chatty. So I know that Ocean has some voice of God announcements. So I'm going to turn the mic over to them. So, what say you, voice of God?
Hello, this is Ocean as the voice of God. Firstly, a change of scenery. We will be fully moving away from the picture app to the red button play app for our morning lives. Tomorrow, we have our monthly ritual rave at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST. This is a radically inclusive magical working that uses movement to create and direct energy. No dance experience needed to benefit from this free community offering. And that's tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern. And if that's not enough movement magic for you, we have magic moves on Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern, which is a 45-minute movement offering from the Unbound. This class is designed to wake up the body, lift the spirit, and connect us as a community. We hold this free community event every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern. However, this Wednesday, March 11th, in particular, at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern, we have our live grimoire reading with a Q&A session to follow. Jen Marie will read from the grimoire for about an hour, and then the members of the Unbound Coven will take questions on the path of a witch born of shadow. And that will be on Wednesday, March 11th at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. You can find all of these events and more in our app at community.brightanddark.org. Okay, back to you, Jen Marie. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, God. It was great. See, I got a direct connection, guys. Not to sound culty or anything. And to be clear, so the ritual rave that we do in virtual space, there isn't like a required dress. Wear comfortable clothes because we dance to raise energy for our manifestations. The in-person ritual rave that we're doing on the new moon is we dress up for it. And we're going to be charging the seeds that we're going to be planting on the homestead this year. And that's what's exciting, right? Charging the seeds with hero vibes. Okay, let's get to it. This divination ceremony, we are asking specifically, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? Grab your decks and spread them, witches. Let's do this. Again, all right. Card on the top of the deck represents what's highlighted, what is highlighted for today. And the card on the bottom of the deck is basically saying how we're getting in our own goddamn way. Because you got to look at both. Where should our attention be? But why isn't it already there? The basic territorial deck from Raven and Rogue is my favorite. That's what this is. And it looks like Lisa is using the same deck. I love this deck. We drew the Page of Wands reversed. What I'm excited about is that this card is telling me that we finally made the decision. Like, you've made the decision, that decision that we've been fucking talking about for months now in the cards. You've decided. You may not have taken any action on that yet, but in your heart of hearts, you know where you're headed, in that you have this, like, I'm not doing this, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to live my life in alignment with my calling. The problem is that you don't know what that is yet. You don't know what your calling is yet. And that's okay, because you don't have to know what it is yet. Okay? However, you just picking up anything that you see and like running with it is not necessarily the greatest use of your time right now. So, if you are looking to live a life in alignment with your calling, what you were born to do, that actually feels really great and very light. You living in alignment, you're not having to work, you're not having to like strain and like destroy yourself to make your your calling happen. Your calling is your nature. It is the easiest thing you've ever done, and you enjoy it. It doesn't feel like work. That is what your path is. So anything that doesn't feel like that, if it's not exciting to you, if it's like, if you are making a decision out of fear, like, I've got to do something, like, those are really good, like, red flags of like, what is my path? What is not my path? It's not your path to destroy yourself to make something happen. It's your path to repair your relationship with your life so that your path is clear. Because most of us were indoctrinated in such a way that keeps us disconnected from our authentic selves. Does that make sense? So you are on your path. The moment you decided in your heart of hearts that you are no longer going to engage with your life in the same way, you stepped on your path, right? And you, again, don't have to know where you're going yet. You have to get a feel for your path. Okay. And if you are pursuing things out of like, I should do this, or if I don't do this, then I'm going to suffer in some way, those things are not your path. And it's scary to just live in the present like that, but it's worth it to practice this. If you're wanting to learn the kind of magic that changes the world, you have to slow down and pay attention to what it feels like. Okay? It's possible for you to live a life that you are proud of, but you're not going to live a life that you're proud of doing things that you are not proud of. That doesn't make any sense, right? That whole like, I've got to keep investing in this system that is dependent on my like subjugation because I'm so close to retirement. Like, what are you doing? Okay. Your direction is what is exciting to you, right? Your direction is accepting opportunities to engage in your life in a way that you're proud of. Okay. And that's going to look so different to all of us. Okay. That's why I'm not telling you it's going to look like a pink flamingo walking across your path and you'll know that that's the direction. It's not like that. I mean, it could be, but that's not what we're talking about right now. Okay. Also, because this is also the like, if you are feeling a sense of urgency, like, that's probably not necessarily your path either, right? A lot of times our path is frustratingly slow And there's lots of these moments of what I call trust falls into your path, like trust that your path is that's what it feels like, right? So it will unfold perfectly, but cultivating trust in your path begins with you slowing down, paying attention, okay? Now we got to look at what we're in resistance to or in denial of that's influencing our ability to see our path clearly. Our path meaning, what do we do next? Where am I headed? The King of Wands reversed. So this is what you're in resistance to or in denial of about your lived experience. And it's influencing your ability to see your path and the unfolding of your path and trust your path. Okay, you stubborn, overachieving. Okay. And I'm speaking from experience when I say this. You don't have to do this alone. Okay. Your vision, that thing that you're like, oh my God, this is the kind of life I want to live. I could do this all day, every day. That's what I want. You can't do that all on your own. You can. It's going to take you a lot longer, and the likelihood of you being burnt all the way the fuck out by the time you get there is very, very high. Okay. You not being prioritizing working on your relationship with sharing your idea with a team that's going to help you bring it into fruition is some next level stubborn shit. But and I understand why we're doing it, why you're afraid to share your idea and trust others, why you don't want to work with other people. And it's just like, it's better if I just do it all myself. I understand where that comes from, especially those of us who have been overachievers our entire lives. We're just used to being the guy that can do all of that, for one. And the stress of incompetence, I guess, of working with a team that you don't respect can really like burn a place in you. But now is the time to start repairing that trauma that you experienced. Okay. It's okay that your dream is going to require others. It's going to require enlisting the help of others and you looking at your relationship with communicating that idea to others and enlisting them in positions that they will shine in, right? Like it's the one of the core of what we do at the Resource Center is helping people repair their relationship with working with other witches, other overachieving neurodivergent witches. Can you imagine 9 of you working together to build this dream? Can you imagine? Because that's what we're doing. You can do this. A whole team of high achieving neurodivergent witches with the same goal, right? We can do that. You can do that. All right. Knowing that your relationship with working with others to bring your dream is going to need some attention. I'm not stubborn, I'm persistent. It reminds me of something my brother used to say. He used to say, I'm not conceited, I'm convinced. Okay. Our homework is to ask ourselves, this dream that I have, would it be better if you had collaborators? Or is it really something that you need to do on your own? No shame if that's really the thing. Only you know. And cultivate that relationship of trust with your path. Not everything needs to be planned out. Now's not the time for that yet. You're still shifting and kind of morphing into what you're becoming, right? Or still getting to know yourself under all of those layers of expectations and conditioning. So, how are you going to know what your path is if you've had to fake it your whole life? Of course, it's going to be. All right. That was a good one. So, that was our reading for the day. I will be back tomorrow and we're going to do this again. I will let you know how the trip to the city went in looking for my ritual garb for the new moon ritual at Weirdbrook. Did I drop my wand? See what I'm talking about, guys? I am so villain coded. I am not at the hero work that I have to do in order to figure out how I'm going to show up to this ritual is so hard, so good, so hard. All right, witches. See you in the morning. And remember, if you can't be good at it. Bye.